What's up, guys and girls ages 16 to 24? Today we're back with another crazy food review. This time though, instead of eating my own feces like a young Derek Daisu,
Babe, it looks like I ate your booty!
I have something more palatable. Straight from the mountains of Arrowhead, I present to you Arrowhead Water. It's okay, I guess. It's not my favorite. For some reason, this one tastes like vinegar, or all of them taste like vinegar, and it has a strong vinegar smell. Other than that, I give this product a 4 out of 5 stars. I like the tanginess of it. Delicious. Now, while my body painfully digests this spicy water, I feel like it's only fair that I review an entire season of a Netflix series before my insides start to erode. And what better series than The Chilling Adventures of Sabrina Part 2, starring my girlfriend. If you remember, I did review one episode from Season 1. More specifically, I reviewed the orgy episode. If you watch the show, you know what I'm talking about. If you don't, well, it's in the title. There was an orgy. For the second season, though, there's less group sex and more one-on-one fucking, but that all takes a back seat when it comes to the storyline. If you thought Season 1 was gnarly, get your puke buckets. Shit's about to get wild. Okay, so the way this is going to go down is I'm going to summarize an episode, talk about a few specific parts from that episode, and then let you know something you could take away from it. Got it? I hope so, because there's going to be a test at the end of this video worth absolutely nothing. So if you've seen last season, then I don't need to explain anything. Nothing really happens in this episode, it's just here to ease us back into the series. It starts off at the School of Unseen Arts, where all the boys at the academy are supposed to compete to be top boy.
With every fresh cycle at the academy comes the customary election of a new top boy.
Yeah, apparently honor student or anything other than top boy was taken. But regardless, Sabrina's like, I'm down, and Father Blackwood is like, no girls allowed. It's a whole thing that just ends up with Ambrose being named top boy.
Faustus Blackwood, am naming Ambrose Spellman as new top boy.
And Susie is now Theo the bad boy.
Calm down, Susie.
Just kidding, she's just Theo now.
Actually, guys, it's Theo now.
Okay, so two things I want to talk about. One is this.
I don't mind a little competition. Especially not when it's so damn cute.
Watch yourself, alright, Nick? I reached a blue belt in karate. I will not hesitate to try and kick your fucking throat. And the second thing is...
Nikki, dear, you know we don't typically serve her kind in the Grey Room.
Will you just get us the drinks, Gray?
I'll make an exception because you're both so beautiful.
And one thing you could take away from this episode...
Now I'm in trouble for being a good student?
So in episode 2, things pick up a little. Right away, the Dark Lord comes to Sabrina with a task, and apparently if she doesn't do the task at hand, the next one is just going to be harder, and so on and so on.
You cannot deny me.
Roz and Harvey start a little interracial relationship, possibly, and Theo brutally breaks the leg of the boy who's been bullying him with some rope Sabrina gave him. Some things I want to talk about are, 1, the devil asks Sabrina to steal a candy bar.
Steal a pack of gum.
If that's what it takes to become a witch, sign me the fuck up. I've stolen 3, count 'em, 3 console controllers. 2 PS3 and 1 Xbox 360, back when they were poppin'. So if a candy bar is all it takes, I will murder the cashier at the 7-Eleven I steal the candy bar from, just to prove to you that I'm down as fuck for you, Satan. Also, towards the end, Sabrina is about to literally set her school on fire when dude's like, chill, dude, it was just a joke. But I see that you're down as fuck now, and I will not kill your cat and your black friend.
You've proven your heart.
Something you could take away from the episode?
Darkus is a terrible actress.
So in episode 3, all the girls and all the guys pair up and they have to spend a night with each other in the woods, something called lupercalia. There's tons of implications that they should fuck each other, but no one comes out and says it straightforward.
Abstinence is encouraged.
Aunt Hilda is nervous about her relationship with Dr. Cerberus, who, like me, loves him thick, so she goes and sees him, only to find out that he's a werewolf.
Please look at me, please.
And apparently Melvin lost his virginity.
I initiated Melvin the night of the courting.
Let's give it up for Melvin, guys. He lost his virginity to the 3rd hottest girl in the show, right behind Sabrina and Aunt Hilda. Oh, and also Sabrina lost her virginity too. And you know what? Just because you've been good, I will also let you know that Roz finally goes blind.
I can't see anything.
Some things I want to go over. First, Ambrose tells the group to go out into the woods and have a big old fuck session while they wait for their goddess to arrive.
Now what that means is that each couple shall go into the woods and disrobe and anoint themselves.
Never mind that they're all underage and this is being supervised by 2 adults. Have fun. And hey, fuck it. Let's throw some milk, blood, oysters, figs, and cherries into the mix and get real freaky. What are the cherries for? Well, I'll let Prudence tell you.
The cherries are for popping.
The second thing I want to talk about is this sexy ass scene right here. Interracial kissing never ceases to get me hard. And the last thing I want to go over is that Nick is a fucking fiend for that pussy. He rips the heart from an animal just so he could spend one night alone with Sabrina. What a man won't do to get his dick wet, am I right?
For the last night of Lupercalia, I want it to be just us.
One thing to take away from the episode? Tell him, Sabrina.
I caught you in the attic with my cousin having an orgy.
So episode 4 is nothing more than a filler episode. This lady comes into Dr. Cerberus's comic book store and proceeds to read the fortune of each character, leaving them more fucked up than when they first sat down with her. Everything's all fun and games until Ambrose gets his fortune read, and he misinterprets it for what he thinks is Father Blackwood saying for him to kill the Spellmans, but in reality, it's just his boyfriend Luke dying. He finds all this out when Father Blackwood tells him his boyfriend Luke died.
He died.
Some things I want to go over are, 1, this is the softest school of the devil ever. They have to put on a talent show to blow off steam. Are you serious? They're mad about a half-witch being at their school like it's tainting the good name of Satan. Meanwhile, Nick's doing stage magic to witches acting like they don't already have magic or fucking powers. But hey, good news, Sabrina didn't sleep with Nick. Apparently crying over an animal you murdered doesn't get the pussy moist like it used to. And the last thing I want to mention is that Theo turns into the beefiest fucking twink you've ever seen. So this app's all about Father Blackwood and Zelda getting married. A bunch of crazy shit goes down that obviously is because of Father Blackwood, but nobody else realizes it except for Nick and Sabrina. Even when they try their hardest to stop the wedding, Zelda's just like, we married in his office. They may worship the Antichrist, but they have some pretty normal ways about going about doing things. Right before that, they were just in the middle of a funeral/wedding. You're telling me if that doesn't work the first time, there's no round 2? It's just straight to signing papers? Okay, whatever. So for this episode, there are a few things I want to go over, so bear with me. First, when Nick comes out of the bathtub with Sabrina's dad's manifesto, when he took off his shirt so it wouldn't get wet, what changed when he got down to the pants? Does he have his shoes on still, or like what the fuck? Second, Ambrose gets read Sabrina's dad's manifesto and has the most delayed reaction.
Only the true union of mortals and their witch brethren will bring the era of the morning star.
Bloody hell.
Sabrina and Nick are like, brace your fucking balls, Ambrose. This could change our way of life forever. And he's just like, what? Next, when Prudence wants to get introduced to the anti-pope as Father Blackwood's daughter, he just says this.
This is Prudence Knight, one of the gutter orphans the Academy fosters.
And for some reason, Agatha and Dorcas are happy about that. I don't think they heard him. He said you're gutter orphans, as opposed to, regular orphans. Next, Ambrose says that the rat Father Blackwood gave him climbed inside of him to control him.
The damn mouse was never missing. He climbed inside me.
And lastly, Prudence finally gets to be a Blackwood.
And that is how I know you are at heart a Blackwood.
That's how you know Father Blackwood is fucked. He surrounds himself with people who hate him. She literally tried to kill you, dog, and that's what made you realize she deserves your last name? How about, I don't know, the fact that she's your daughter? Nah, you probably just don't want to get killed in your sleep again. And last but not least, the one thing that you could take away from this episode? So the cast from the Book of Mormon is loose in the town of Greendale, and they plan to kill all the witches and warlocks, starting with the Spellmans. And they seem to be legit shit when they seem to kill Sabrina with a crossbow.
Sabrina Spellman!
But then you're like, wait, there's 3 more episodes in the series. Nice try, whoever wrote this episode. And you were right, she comes back to life and sets the witch hunters ablaze like some protesting monk. Okay, so the first thing I want to go over is Prudence says Ambrose tried to kill her father like she didn't try to do the same thing in his sleep.
He nearly murdered my father in front of the entire coven.
The last thing is, I don't know how to put it. Let me just play you this and you tell me what's wrong.
Do you know how much bourbon it takes to get me drunk?
A little early for it, Nick, wouldn't you say?
It's the witching hour somewhere.
Still don't know? Let me play it for you one more time.
Do you know how much bourbon it takes to get me drunk?
A little early for it, Nick, wouldn't you say?
It's the witching hour somewhere.
Still don't know? He's 16, in a bar, drinking bourbon, being served by a minor. And no one gives a shit. This is the best school in the fucking world! And the one thing you could take away from this? Nick, you filthy alcoholic. Let him know.
I'll drink myself to death if I want to.
So after Sabrina went sicko mode on those two Scientologists, she comes to find out that she's fucking immortal because those 3 arrows that those guys shot her with, she just pulls them out like nothing and then proceeds to heal a dying Ambrose, who I forgot to mention was in jail last episode. Find out why next week. This week though, I will let you know that the Black and Blind got her eyesight back.
I can see you.
And over at the School of Unseen Arts, Father Blackwood is still bitching about Sabrina being there, so when she accuses him of killing the anti-pope, he pulls out his big 24-hour hourglass, you know, like everyone has, and says, "You have this much time to figure that out, you sexy pale bitch." And she does, and Father Blackwood gets removed as the interim anti-pope.
You are hereby stripped of your title of interim anti-pope.
There's not a whole lot to talk about this episode, other than that Nick gets all jealous when Sabrina thanks Harvey for literally catching her. He's just like, "I'm here now to catch you." And Harvey is attacked by this Lil Wayne creature who's hiding in the mines until Theo comes and kills it with a pickaxe to the fucking spine. And it turns out that Lil Wayne was guarding a shrine of Sabrina, basically letting everyone know that she's the fucking devil, not that goat-headed pussy everyone's bowing down to.
I'm the herald of hell.
And that sweet something you could take away from this episode?
Does she control the weather now?
So Sabrina doesn't like the fact that she's stronger than God and tells Ambrose, "Hey, fuck me up, take all my powers away." So Ambrose finds a baby Groot and performs a ritual to take her powers away. And shit gets out of hand. Sabrina gets naked twice without me being there, and her doppelganger starts fucking with her friends with the magic power she gave up. But don't worry though, because Sabrina's there to manslaughter her doppelganger, only to find out the gates of hell are opening because of it.
The prophecy is being fulfilled. The end of days is upon us.
There's nothing really more to say about this episode, but as always, you can take something away from it. Want to know what that is?
You murdered my friends.
So I decided I'm not going to go over the finale, you're just going to have to watch it yourself. I know, I went over the first 8 episodes, why not just do the last one? Well, it's simple. I'm tired. I want to go to sleep. I went over 9 hours of shit for y'all in under an hour. The least y'all could do is lower your voice when you're talking to me. And hey, look, I'm not going to leave you empty-handed. I will let you know one thing you could take away from this episode. Rick, if you would be so kind. Peace! So for the test questions, 1 is, what was in my water bottle? And 2, who did Melvin lose his virginity to? No going back and cheating. I expect an answer by next week.